John Martin here with you on Mazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. Here with head lacrosse coach Shelley Klaes-Bachman. Coach, team seems to be on a little bit of a roll now. Let's go back, though, to the last week and the two games against number 1 Maryland, number 8 Virginia. Both losses, but both some good things to take away for your program.
Yeah, I mean, those programs have just tremendous strengths, and so I really liked the way our team handled their draw specialists. Both teams have some of the best in the country, and to see our team stay focused, stick with the game plan and be patient to work through the dynamics of trying to find the ball. Both games in the second half, we really came out hard and found a way to win possession of the ball. And once we had the ball, we were in the game again really quickly. First half, we did well in both games. We lost a little bit of our energy when we couldn't control the draw, and then found it again. And in both games, made a huge push in the second half to make the game a game again. And few teams have done that against either program in UVA or Maryland. Northwestern just played Maryland the other day and had the same score line as us. I think it was 12-2. With about 22 minutes left to go in the game, and didn't have it in themselves to make a surge, and we did. So, I would give the girls a lot of credit. Of course, we're playing to win, so we're not happy with competing, but, there's something to be said for working through the obstacles, figuring out what the challenges are, and then stepping up and making adjustments to find that competitive edge again.
And you did that, especially second half against Maryland, closing that gap down, getting it to a 14-10 to match. But then you come back and you play Liberty at home, and you were looking for that early instinct of what it was. And I'm not sure, if I told you 9-0 to open the match, what would you have said at that point in time?
I said, you're right. That's the team that I see in practice. I mean, we were clean, we were crisp, we were sharp, and I think that it just gives the team confidence that when they stay focused and they think about what the next play is, the next task at hand, they really can do unbelievable things. They were so hungry for each minute of that game, and I think that's why we started off so strong. We wanted to outwork Liberty. We felt as though we did have a speed advantage, but we didn't want to rely on that speed advantage. We wanted to outwork them in between the 30s, and the first couple plays of the game, we showed tremendous effort to get doubles on the ball, but then to also shut off outlets, and caused a couple of early turnovers. And then our transition game was just on the money last Wednesday night. Really moving the ball well, moving without the ball well, sharing the ball, and I just felt as though we were turning their heads. And they really never. They were always behind our passing, and it created a lot of really great goal-scoring opportunities. I think 15 of 18 goals were assisted in that game, and that's just a true testament to the hard work that these girls have put in to value each other, trust each other, and let the ball do the work.
And especially when you see those players, especially your bigger players, the ones you count on for goals stepping up and making those, Steph Finley, Allie Kerwin, really making those impacts offensively for you.
And we expect them to lead by example, as much as it is a true team effort this year, I think it's going to be challenging for any one particular player on our roster to get a lot of accolades because they're all sharing the wealth. And I think that's a really special thing, and I think it's going to be a challenge to this group to stay true to that team-oriented system as we continue to get into some conference games here. But they are leaders by example, and, I think that when they are able to finish their plays, they set the tone for the rest of the team, and they take some pressure off the rest of the girls. So I was really pleased with both Allie Kerwin and Steph Finley. As well as Skylar Healy. I thought she did a great job leading by example, too, in the cage. So, our seniors have been a group that we've been relying on all year long, and I continue to have faith that they'll be able to do it again.
How much does it help in a game like that where it starts to get out of hand to all of a sudden give some of those youngsters some quality minutes? Not just 1 or 2 minutes, but they were in there for 5, 6, 8, 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah. Well, they deserve it. You know, I mean, we always talk to our team. You know, it's not my job to give them the playing time. I know that's the easy way to look at it, but to me, my job is to win games and to put the people out on the field that I feel can do that for me. And it's the team job to help us to go deeper in the bench. You know, if they want to go out there and they want to be clean and crisp with their play and play a full 60 minutes, there's going to be a lot of games that JMU has an opportunity to go deeper in our lineup and give credit where credit's due. Shannon Quinlan was a player who scored for us in that game. She's been great at practice for us. You know, she's stepping up and being some of our opposing players' top 1v1 player and just showing that with a simple focus. She's got tremendous athleticism and can finish her opportunities. For her to be able to turn that around in a game was really pleased. And, you know, again, talk about leadership by example. That particular play that Shannon scored on, Allie Kerwin had the ball and could have shot herself, but chose to pull back and feed her freshman teammate and give her the goal. And that is everything that we're trying to do within that program. And, you know, to get the girls to buy into that and then to see Shannon's celebration was just awesome. And she wasn't the only one. Kristen Gaudian scored. You know, Hannah Jablonski got a great shot. Tina had a nice assist. There were a lot of girls who came off the bench for us last Wednesday and made us better.
And to see, one of the things I remember from the match is watching Skylar Healy on that goal come all the way out of her cage, all the way down to celebrate. And, you know, when you see a senior like that get excited for a freshman, it says a lot about the program, I think.
It really does, you know, and I think that they recognize that this is not about any one individual. This is about the whole program, the good and the bad of it, working together to come out with the best product possible on game day. And, you know, there are going to be times when we can allow other individuals to celebrate in that and relish in that, like we were able to last Wednesday. And there's going to be times we're going to rely on the big dogs to get the job done. But the fact that we had so many players come off the bench and play at a really high level is a credit to how we're practicing day in and day out.
Well, you talk about the big dogs. I know you're going to need the big dogs because now we get to CAA action. Mm-hmm. This weekend, road to open, always tough. Hofstra, Drexel. Talk a little bit about what you expect in both those matches.
I expect it to be ugly, dirty, gritty style play. You know, we're going north. Who knows what will happen with the weather, with the officiating. Both teams are, you know, I would say very emotional with the way that they play. And I'm excited to see our team be able to work through that, you know. We obviously will continue to take it one game at a time, and so we haven't even touched on Drexel with the girls. But Hofstra is a very well-coached team. They're coming off of a big, almost upset with their game this past Sunday versus Ohio State. They lost 12-11. And I do think that they built some confidence off of that game, that they can compete. And, you know, I think that they're going to be hungry to try to take us maybe before we're ready. And you know, I think that that's just going to be a big challenge for anyone this year. My team is so focused and hungry for whatever's coming at them that they don't really care who we're playing. They just want a game. And we're in a situation where we've had a few days off, and I think at this point, you know, they just want to play. So I'm excited to see our team overcome the challenges of the style of play, but also Hofstra has a couple of key individuals that I think will create a challenge for us. I mean, number 5 in Britt Altamira, she's just a really strong player. She dominates the draw, and she also is just a really big producer on the offensive end. So that in itself is going to be something that we have to learn to contain. They have a lot of different individuals that will try to step up for them. And Britt does a great job of sharing the ball. So it's not just all about her. We're going to have to play really good team defense. And I think that they have a really strong player, number 9. She's been CAA Conference Defender of the Year for 2 years in a row. And their goalie can create some challenges with her size and tenacity. So, I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for us to overcome. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what this team's capable of.
You kind of touched on it, but they're itching to get back on the field. But did it help to have a little bit of a break right now before CAA play just to kind of get refocused for it? Or
Oh, yeah. I think anytime you can, at this point in your season, have an opportunity to focus back in on yourself, I think you can really, depending on how you choose to use that time, it could really make or break your season. And I think that we've listened to our athletes. We're on a really good emotional level with them. We understand what they're working through mentally. We understand what they're working through physically. We trust them. And I think that they've helped us to make some really big decisions in the last couple of days for how we push our team and how we help our team to recover. We were really fortunate to start our season off early to be able to have that gap in the season. Not every team in our conference has had that luxury, and so we wanted to make sure we made it a benefit and something that we could really take advantage of.
Does this match have a little bit more meaning for you because of your history with Hofstra?
I mean, I love Hofstra University. It did so many wonderful things for me as a professional. I think that Hofstra will always be close to my heart. I want the program to succeed, not only for itself and its program and its alumnus that I got to work with, but also for our conference. I think that I'm a true believer in, the better we are as a conference, the better our programs within the conference are going to be and have an opportunity to compete at the next level. So, I'm all for Hofstra continuing to get better and better with every coach that they have. But, when it comes time to play and compete against Hofstra, there's no question about it where my loyalty lies. And, I think that this is what it's about. It's about, the team that you associate with, the team that you choose to be with, and just making them better than they are. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out there and we're going to try to be the best game, play the best game that we can, and be the best team that we can be on Friday.
Well, Shelley, we wish you the best of luck this weekend. Hope to talk to you next week after 2 wins.
Thank you.
Again, head coach Shelley Klaes-Bachman with the women's lacrosse program here at JMU on Mazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association.